Live, 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 live. What's up, everybody? What's up, everybody? What's up, everybody? Come on in, and as you do, I know it's late. I'm not on Eastern Standard Time. I'm across the country, so forgive me. But I want to be consistent with my midnight mentorships. So as you come in, let me know where. Uh, Let me know where you're watching from. Say something to me. Say something to me. Hey, Christopher on YouTube. What's up, man? Ricardo, what's up, sir? Jawan Brown, what's up, man? Where y'all watching from tonight? Marciana, hey, good to see you, sis. Um, the Bahamas. All right. Hadassah in the Bahamas. All right. All right. Dallas, Texas is here. South Carolina is here. Come on, hit the share button. We're up for a reason. Yeah, it's late, Tanisha. It's late. It's late. It's late. It's late. Hey, Carly. Love you, girl. South Point, Opalaka, Opalika. Louisiana. All right. Leavenworth, Kansas. Memphis, Tennessee. Allen, Texas. 60 seconds. I'm going to get into it. 60 seconds. I'm going to get into it. Who else is here? Who else is here? There are about 40 of us across platforms. It's really late. I forgot about that. It's late where I am. Planning to come visit us in Georgia. Come on. Sonia. Philly is always in the building. All right. Let me see. Baton Rouge. All right. Glenda in Xenia, Ohio. Glendon. All right, sir. All right, listen, I'm gonna get into it because we can do this dance all night. Cleveland, what's up? New York, 2 a.m. in New York. Yeah. Uh, hey, Pastor, New Jersey, all right. Pittsburgh, Buffalo. Okay, a few more people coming in. Okay, all right, all right, all right. So listen, I'm gonna get right to it. Uh, I don't have long at all, in part because I just took some NyQuil. Um, so I promise I ain't gonna be long. Traveling a lot. I'm in Oklahoma right now, but traveling a lot this week, in and out of different atmospheres. What's up, Dr. Cooper? Different settings, different spaces. And I was on a plane the other day, Pontiac, Michigan. What's up? And the lady next to me, it's nice, older lady, was sitting there, and when I tell you, she was coughing. I mean, from a deep place, huh? And she just kept coughing. Then she just reached her bag and put her mask on. I said, "You should have did that 45 minutes ago." And so, nevertheless, I am hydrating real heavy, and uh, what help me? That's right, hydrating. I forgot to change that. Thank you, Jesus, for the reminder. Got it. I'm hydrating and taking a lot of drugs. Okay. I took Dayquil all day. I took Dayquil all day, and I've been taking NyQuil all night. Hallelujah. But nevertheless, God is still good. Do you hear me? And so, Roger, from a deep place, just from a deep place, from a deep place. But I want to talk about something real quick. Sunday is coming. I'm excited. I'm thrilled. Julius, you just got growth strategies, my man. Let's go. Let's go. Let's go. If you just got it, Julius, you got it really before you might be the first one. I literally just it just went live um, a few minutes ago. I put I put the post up on Instagram and it just went live. So if you got it, Julius, I can't wait to hear your thoughts on it. I know it's going to be a blessing to you, and I'm excited. Right, Jericho, the bubble bishop, huh? Hallelujah. Uh, yeah, so I got to preach in the morning, but I'm up tonight because I'm working, 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 working. I'm I'm in an intense phase, season, space, whatever term you want to use. Um, I love it, Julius, Pastor Grooms. I'm in an intense space of creativity, right? I am grateful to God. I want to make that very clear that He has trusted us. Hey, Natalie, with some degree of favor. Hey, Celeste, love you so much. Some degree of influence right through here. Eddie Jackson, what's up, man? Some degree of credibility. And again, it is all God given. Let's make that very, very, very clear. But as a consequence, I want to be intentional about curating these spaces and these conversations to share and distribute what God has given us. And so I want to talk just for a few minutes about making Sunday better because we are absolutely on a momentous swing right now. For those of you, and I'm gonna get right to it. For those of you that are at any on any level connected to my pages, my platforms, you've seen firsthand what God is doing, and I never get tired of talking about it because it's God. And so, in the last 8, 9 months now, we just crossed over into 9 months. Our church has grown from 60 people to 812. Okay. And I wasn't going to say nothing about this, but I'm mentioning it now. I got some messages. Well, I'll say this. I got a message from a pastor, a bishop that I highly respect, actually yesterday. And he said that there are some people from his church that are living in Atlanta now. And he messaged me to tell me that he has given them release and instruction to join our church. And that's great. What do these people do? And I don't want to testify too much. I'm full. But the skills that these people have that are coming from this very reputable mega church, their pastor told them, "Hey, I want y'all need to be under Pastor Moore in Atlanta." The skills that they have and what they did, thank you, Jesus, what they did at their home church is exactly, thank you, Lord. It's exactly what I've been praying that God would send us or raise up or develop or reveal because we have a major, 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 major need for what they do. We have that need in our church. And they reached out to let me know, Pastor Moore, I told them they're going to be joining Sunday. So, we're in a good space. We're in an amazing space. And I'm going to be very honest. It's late night insight, midnight mentorship. Not only has the membership grown, thank you, Amel. Good. Love you guys that are coming in. Not only has the membership grown numerically, but let's just talk. I'm going to share something with you. I'm going to get off of here. Let this NyQuil do what NyQuil's supposed to do. All right. What happens if you take how many can you take before you took too many? Because I'm just figuring if I take these now, maybe it'll work faster. I took two earlier, but if I can you take four? We'll talk about that later. Okay, let me get back to what I'm talking about. So with the growth of the membership, right? The growth of the people. Thank you, Jesus. But it's not just numerical growth in attendance, but hear this, and you need to lean in. Anybody that's in ministry, you need to hear this. Our giving has gone up 222%. Okay. Did you hear what okay, I'm only gonna take two. As I see your comments. As I take two. All right. Not advisable to save. Okay, I won't. I'll save them for later. So hear that again. Membership has grown to over 800. Finances have grown by 222%. Now, let me set somebody free real quick because some of you, I know you find it curious that I know these numbers like this. Let me throw this at you now. Even that is intentional, and even that is a part of developing a growth culture. If you don't know your numbers, you plan. Come on. And let me hear me. This is why I said I want to set somebody free. Some of us come from spiritual spaces where, hey, Letitia, love you, where acknowledging the numbers was seen as somehow less than spiritual, right? Acknowledging the numbers was seen as carnal, or, that's flesh. That's ridiculous. Come here. Let me ask you a question. How many people were in the upper room? 120. How do you know? Because somebody was counting. You missed that. How many people were added to the church on the day of Pentecost? 3,000. How do you know? Because somebody was counting. When Jesus finished his teaching on the hillside, and they said, hey, Jesus, we got to let them go. These folks is hungry. They ain't got nothing to eat. Jesus, y'all feed them. They bring back a two-piece and some biscuits. How many people ate that day? 5,000 men, not counting women and children. How do you know? Somebody was counting. Did you hear what I said? Hey, cousin Nana. So I want to be clear. I want y'all to free yourself. And this is something I talk about in the master class. That's that small, that smallness that you got to unlearn. Okay. Uh, can I say that again? That's the hey, Pastor Williams, love you, sir. Luke the physician counted the people like he counted exactly. Yes, sir. And that allergy, that aversion to numbers, and well, no, we don't count the people. That's ridiculous. And it's listen to me, it is a symptom of small that you have to unlearn if you're going to walk in growth. Period. I don't mean any harm. I don't mean to be offensive, but it's late and I'm medicated. So I'm gonna blame it on the on the medication. Okay, so as we're unlearning this small piece, I need you to understand what I'm about to share. Again, I'm coming from a place. Why are you talking about growth? Because growth is. I'm gonna say it like this: growth is my spiritual gift. Okay, I know you're not gonna find that one in the New Testament. But growth, that's my spiritual. I know we're talking about, you know, peace and joy and long suffering. I know we're talking about the fruit of the spirit. I get it. But God gifted me with a grace for growth. I don't apologize for it. I don't hide. Um, I'm not going to deny it. It is what it is. It is there. Okay. Everything to the glory of God. Let me make sure you know who gets the credit for it. Everything that I touch to the glory of God grows. It's a gift. Okay. It's a grace. I did not, God did it. As a consequence, however, listen to me, the way my mind works is different. Okay. It's not that I'm smarter than you. It's not that I have more degrees than you, more education than you. It's not that at all. It's just, it's my wiring. I see things in the context of growth. Following me? I see things, I hear things, I process things in the context of growth. And so that's why, getting into the heart of what I want to share with you, that's why, what I do here, that's why when I talk about strategies, I'm just being honest with you, oh, that's why I'm sorry, y'all. That's why when I talk about strategies, you should listen because I'm coming from a growth mindset. Okay. So I want to just throw this at you now while I'm talking, and y'all not wasting no time. Some of y'all already know what it is. Some of y'all already figured out. All right, when he go live, we need to go to the link in his Instagram bio because he got something in there for us. Let me jump to this, then I'm gonna give you some of it. I'm gonna give you some of it. I have just released in the last hour my latest. masterclass on growth strategies that work. Let me just tell you about it. It's 2 full hours. It's got a Q&A segment. It's 2 full hours of strategy, of principles, of concepts, of growth talk, growth strategy, right? That we're using right now. So let me just give it to you. I need you to hear this. I want you to hear this perfect. In this class, I'm teaching you how to multiply giving with integrity. Stop, running back. In the class, I'm teaching you how to multiply giving with integrity. One more time. I'm teaching you how to multiply giving with integrity. Let me stop and pause. And some of you are getting it now. It's, I think, 30. We set aside 30 of the downloads at the discounted rate. It's 80% off right now. So probably need to hurry up. How do I get it? Where do I get it? Text GROW. See the bottom scrolling right there? Text GROW to 844-474-0706. Or if you got more than one device, quickly go to my Instagram bio, M Moore Jr., my Instagram page, M Moore Jr., MMOOREJR. Click the link in my bio. It's the top link. Growth strategies that work. Download it now before 30 other people do, and it goes away. All right. So, with that being said, if you're one of these grafty, shady, sneaky, low integrity, let me just be very honest with you. It's late. We're going to talk straight. If you're one of these grafty con artist kind of preachers or leaders, don't try it. First of all, God is not going to bless that. I'm sorry. I hate to be the bearer of bad news for some of us, but God is not going to breathe on your lack of integrity. So watch me. If you just want to learn how to raise more money so that you can get more stuff and so that you can live a certain lifestyle, God is not going to, he is not obligated to breathe on your greed. Okay. So if you're one of these, I'm going to stalk your Facebook page before service starts and see what information I can gather so that I can prophesy common knowledge. You posted at your job 8 hours ago. Y'all pray for me because this job, they got one more time. I'm looking for a new, and I see you in service. I lift your hands. I see you at your office crying. I see you. God says he's going to give you your supervisor's job. And you just falling out speaking. That's not the Holy Ghost. That's a con. So this is not that. Okay. And I'm sorry, but then I'm not. We're going to have to do a lot of explaining to God when we get to heaven about some of the things we said in his name at offering time. Are y'all hearing what I'm saying to you? Okay. So this ain't that. All right. Oh, wait, hold time out. My brother's in the house, y'all. Look on the screen. Bishop Aaron McNair, Aaron McNair II is on here. Love you, man. Good to see you as always. As always, honor that you pass through. So in the class, hey Alexis, we're talking about multiplying giving with integrity. Again, the way my mind is wired, my mind processes things from a growth perspective strategically. Okay. So some of you, and I'm going to teach a little bit while we're talking. Some of you, the reason your giving is not what you would like it to be is because you don't have any strategy for your appeals. I'm talking about, again, integrity here. Can I say this? And this is in the class in great detail. Let me just drop this on you real quick. The best way, the quickest way, the fastest way to raise, in the ministry context, to raise new money, hear me, is to demonstrate or highlight proper stewardship of the old money. Y'all not hearing me. Let me run it. Let me say it again. I'm blaming the NyQuil if I'm not saying it as effectively as I'd like to. All right. The best way to generate new money is highlighting proper stewardship of old money. Can I talk to you? Some of you Nobody's giving in your church. Nobody's giving in your ministry. I'm going to make somebody mad, but it won't be the first time. Nobody's giving in your church or ministry because you've been in a 20-year building fund and you ain't put a doorknob on the church. Amen, lights. Did y'all hear what I said? Yeah. Some of you asked, you raised, folks gave, they sold, and then there's been absolutely zero. What's up, Dr. Brown? There's been absolutely zero mention, right? Zero emphasis. What did we do with the last money we raised? Remember, we raised all that money for such and such. Did that ever happen? That's why your giving is hard today. It's because you mismanaged yesterday. Yeah. When you talk about, and again, I believe in pointing to fruit. Okay, and quickly, more of you are doing it. You need to go to my Instagram bio or my Instagram page and click the link in my bio, I should say, and download it now. Okay, I'm only on the first point. You look at Young Leaders Conference and YLC Studios and all of that. There's a reason that you hear those stats and those numbers over and over again. There's a reason that we talk about what we've done. There's a reason that we lean into what we've done and how we've done it. Because I need people to know, hey, remember the project you gave money for last time? We handled it right. Yeah. We got our building, moved into the glory of God, and have maintained it, grown it, developed it, expanded it, increased it. And so when I stand and say, hey, listen, this is what we're getting ready to do next, people don't have to go into their prayer closet. Oh, let's see if we're going to trust God and trust him. No, they can point and say, well, if they did that and they did that and they did that, and they said they do this and did it, they said they do that and they did it, they said they do that and they did it. If they're saying they're going to do this, chances are, survey says they're going to do it. Okay. So nothing generates new money. Okay. Like the proper stewardship of old money. But anyway, if you go get the class now, I'm going to teach you how to multiply giving with integrity. I'm going to teach you creative outreach strategies. Okay. A lot of you have been amazed and you asked so many questions about how we do this and how we do that. I'm going to show you how in the class. All right. We teach you the importance of unlearning small. That's a whole segment. You're going to learn strategic sanctuary setups. That's a thing. You're going to learn how to develop strategic community partnerships, how to process new members, how to handle the new member appeal. Can I tell you, some people are not joining your church because you don't know how to open the doors of the church effectively. Yep. You get up there talking about, all right, everybody want to join today? No? All right. Well, God bless you. You didn't let it breathe. You didn't let it marinate. You didn't plant a seed. Are y'all hearing what I'm saying? So we're going to teach you, you're going to learn how to handle the new members appeal. You're going to learn how to strategically do follow-up. It's a science to it. You better hear what I'm saying. You're going to learn how to transform fellowship into retention. I mean, it's literally the strategies, the concepts, the tools that we use to do what God is doing. All right. These are God-given strategies. That's why he's blessing them. It's his idea. Yeah. These are God-given concepts. That's why he's breathing on them. They're his ideas. And so with that in mind, I want to share this a little bit tonight. Dr. Cooper, go get it right now, bro. Go get it right now. How do I get it? Text GROW to 844-474-0706 or go to my Instagram, click the link in the bio, download it now. All right, go do it now. Now, I want to share just some insight from it because, again, I don't want to write this down. Some of you need to use this. Your formula ought to be give, ask. Hear me? Run it back again. Our formula should be give, ask. A lot of us, we invert it, right? And we're ask, then give. No. You always want to bring more value to any equation, any conversation, any setting than you leave with. Okay, so I want to give you some things tonight that yeah, they're all in the class. Dr. Mir, love you, man. We gotta get together. We got to do something. We need your example. Take the comment you just put on mine and read it to yourself because I'm saying the same thing to you, man. Glad to know you're grateful for our friendship. Okay, now let me give you some things here to consider. And you need to hear this because you can use this for Sunday. One of the things that I talk about in the course in the class is stop thinking like a saint. Okay, I what what these the last days. This is a great falling away. No, hear me. Write this down. In fact, this is probably the only one I'm gonna give you tonight. It's later. I'm not on East Coast time. It's late where I am, so I know it's late at home. All right, but write it down. Stop thinking like a saint. Okay, what do you mean by that? A lot of times, in the context of growth, we craft our services. Okay, we curate our experiences. We lay out our liturgy and our worship sets, and we do all of it. Hear me, without factoring in the truth that a lot of the people that are coming are not fluent in church. Okay. A lot of us make the mistake of thinking that we can put together services that are full of jargon and expressions and lingo and concepts that are only accessible or even understandable to people that grew up in it. And then we wonder why we're not reaching the unchurched. Okay. Have you considered how many of our expressions only make sense to us? Have you considered how much of our programming only makes sense to us? So if you're going to enter a season of growth, I need you to hear me, you got to stop thinking like a saint. I'll never forget, I can't forget it's so fresh, but in this last 8 months, as we've been 9 months now, I'm sorry, as we've been growing, I told our church, and don't be offended, everybody has a different call, I guess. But I told our church, we're not going to grow simply on the backs of other folks' church members. Don't know if y'all heard me. I'll say that again. I told the saints, the members of FCC, we are not going to grow exclusively on the backs of other folk church members. We're not just trading members. Okay. Now, let me add this because I don't want to be guilty. At the same time, I don't want to be guilty of you thinking that there's something wrong if people do transfer, because at the end of the day, these people belong to nobody but God. Okay. And what I've discovered and what you've discovered, even if you haven't used this language, is that people, or as Jesus refers to us, sheep apparently like grass. And you know what sheep have a tendency of doing? They have a tendency of moving to wherever the grass is. Okay. So let me just help you. If you grow grass at your church, if there's a fruitfulness, okay, you can't be upset when hungry people find their way to your pasture. Okay. That's natural. That's going to happen. But that should not be your primary recruiting strategy. Okay. So as a consequence, we've been intentional about actually doing outreach. actually doing evangelism, right? We, in a post pandemic world, I know it's crazy to some of y'all, but in a post pandemic world, we have a street team that actually goes out, okay, actually hits the streets, actually talks to people, okay, actually engages, okay. We do this on a consistent basis. As a result, unchurched people are coming. People that don't understand the lingo are coming. Okay. Um, Now there's a whole nother segment and whole nother lesson here about knowing your demographics and knowing who's in the room and who's in the pews. But with all of these unchurched people, I realized quickly that if I'm going to preach to them effectively, a lot of us, can I just be real? A lot of us are not growing because we're not preaching to the people in the room. We're preaching to Instagram. Yeah. A lot of us are not growing in person. You're getting likes and stuff, but the likes are not filling your sanctuary. Okay. A lot of us are not growing because we're too busy preaching to the camera and preaching to people that we want to impress on our timeline, that we're not preaching to the people in the room. That I gotta stay there for a second. If I'm gonna close here, because this is so much more important than what we give credit to. I can't tell you how many times I've watched streams and watched clips and watched social posts from recaps and stuff from people's services, and it's been so clear you're not preaching to the people in the room. You're preaching to people online. Y'all hear what? You're trying to be impressive more than you're trying to be impactful. You're using watch me. Come here. Let's break it down. You're using words that the people in the room don't understand because you want some people online to think that you're something that you're not, or you're trying to impress them and show them that you're fit for this. What are you doing? Are y'all hearing me? Dr. Cooper, two very different great question. Um, the culture master class is about culture, how to condition and really establish a culture in your church that becomes contagious to where they're thinking in terms of growth. Amazing. But the strategy session, that class is like straight do this, we did that, we did this. So it's literally just it's strategies. Okay. So I remember one time, what's up, Dr. Barnes? Love you, man. I remember one time I'm watching this young guy preach, and he's just going off. Little church, but it's fine. He's going off on people. See, you got to understand. See, y'all don't read, and that's why, y'all don't get this. I'm trying to. I know I'm too much for y'all. I know it's too much. Just all of this kind of real arrogant, condescending. Ugh. And I sat there and I looked at this clip, and I went to YouTube. I went to Google, and I researched his area where his church actually is, and I realized that he's doing all of this blasting these folk about what they don't know. And he says, "See, y'all ignorant. Y'all don't read. That's why you don't understand this." Da, da, da. He's doing all of this, and when you look at the stats on his neighborhood, 70% of the people there barely have a high school degree. Y'all not hear me? 70% of the people I looked it up. 70% of the people he was talking to, or people in the room, uh, 70% of that community barely has a high school degree, high school diploma. So all of this talk of y'all don't get this, they don't get it. Y'all not hearing me. You're blasting people trying to be impressive to strangers on the other end of a screen while ignoring the fact that you're missing an opportunity to actually minister to these people. Exactly, Antoinette. Got to meet people where they are. Exactly, Antoinette Marie. And so I say that again to say you got to know who you're dealing with. You have to be mindful that you don't think just like a saint. So in our church, okay, you got it, Kevin. And I'm telling you, y'all need to go get this now. Go to my Instagram page Click the link in bio at More Jr. Go now or text GROW to 844-474 0706. You see it right now in the bottom of the screen. Okay. So when you stop thinking like a saint, this would happen. I was up one Sunday and I was preaching. I was about to make an illustration, and I'm looking. It was a heavy, heavy, heavy outreach week. Heavy, heavy, heavy outreach Sunday, and a lot of guests from our neighborhood that day. Didn't really grow up in church. Okay, and so I'm preaching, and I was getting ready to make an illustration, but the illustration I was going to use, I was going to talk about. Some of that NyQuil is kicking in. God, hold him up 20 minutes. Now, ain't gonna be another 20 more minutes. Uh, but the illustration, I was gonna use, something from my Huxtable upbringing, my two-family, two-parent home. I was gonna use that kind of illustration. I looked around the room, and the Holy Ghost said, "Look around the room. A lot of the people in here today don't have a framework, don't have a reference point for this two-parent home that you're talking about." You know what I did? I said, "Okay, all right, little word in my mouth." I said, "You know what? This is like when your baby daddy is late with the child support." You know what happened? There were sisters all over the room that had been tolerating me up until now because they wasn't really getting me. I mentioned that baby daddy, eyes got big. They started pointing. "That's right. You better preach." Yes. Period. Oh, wait, hold on. What now? Right? So I said, and it's like when you behind on a bill and they don't want to make an arrangement, they want the whole payment. Yes. I'm like, "Oh, okay, all right, wait a minute." What am I saying? I had to stop speaking church for a moment to speak to the needs of the people that were in the room at that particular moment. Are you hearing me? Are y'all hearing me? Because we got 3 locations now. One of our locations is close to a community that you know needs a lot of ministry. All right. So I said, I got to speak to the people where they are. Some of you all are slowing down growth because you're too busy speaking like a saint. Okay. Listen, it's late. NyQuil is trying to NyQuil. I ain't gonna hold you no longer. But I will say this. If you're serious about growth, this 2-hour class, it's now Saturday morning. If you go download this 2-hour class right now remember, I set aside 30 of them at this 80% off. So you need to do it now. But if you make this investment, Jeremy says, I got my, when did you get it, Jeremy? I'm glad you did. Okay. If you get yours now, think about this. This is a 2-hour masterclass. It's Saturday morning. You can be utilizing this. Jeremy, this just came out tonight. You didn't get this the other night, man of God. This just came out tonight. You didn't get this the other night. Dr. Cooper, I can't wait to hear how it blesses you, man. And inbox me questions too. Dr. Cooper, I'm here for you. I'm with you. I'm a resource. But if you get it now, hey, you know what? I want to learn some more stuff that's working. Here's what I'm saying to y'all, and I'm going to let you go. It makes no sense for both of us to have to figure out how to do this when God has already shown one of us how to do it. Okay, let's just come. Let's cut across the field. Let's just be rational for a moment. Why am I staying up all night on the weekend, trying to figure out how to make my services more compelling, how to get people to join, how to get people to walk down that aisle? Why am I trying to figure it out when God has whispered in this guy's ear over here? JR, love you so much, man. Stay with me. It's gonna get better. Why am I trying to figure that out when God has whispered in this guy's ear and told him how to do it? How do you know God told him how to do it? He's had Sundays where 70 something people walk down that aisle. 70. Y'all hear what I'm saying? We're averaging 100 and something new members a month. Why do y'all post pictures all the time? We post pictures all the time because I need y'all to see what God is doing. We're not just talking. Oh, folks coming. No, look. Y'all hearing me? Go get it. Like, look what's happening. Okay. So it doesn't make sense for you to be trying to figure out how to grow when those systems and strategies have already been cracked. The code's been cracked. If you get it now, not only is it 80% off, I'm going to say it one more time, but with this being Saturday morning, you can be learning things that you can literally use this weekend to grow your church. In this class, I'm done. You're texting grow to the number on the screen, or here's the quicker way. Go to the link in my bio on Instagram at mmorejr. Okay? Antoinette, go get it. Antoinette, go get it. Antoinette, go get it. If Antoinette, click the link in my bio on Instagram, and you need to probably get the growth culture one because that one will translate even more. Okay, Antoinette, go do that now. I think it's several of those left. You need to hurry up though. You're gonna learn if you go get it now how to multiply giving with integrity. Now, some of y'all need to download it for no other reason than what I'm about to say. Our giving has gone up 222%. 222%. Not 22%, not 2%. 222%. I could close the book right there. So you need to make this investment. All right. So we're going to teach you, you're going to learn how to multiply giving with integrity. You're going to learn creative outreach strategies. You're going to learn the importance of unlearning small. You're going to learn strategic sanctuary setups. You're going to learn how to develop strategic community partnerships. Our church feeds 1,200 people a week. How? Community partnership. How do you set that up? Go get the class. It's very basic. Okay. You're going to learn how to process new members, what our funnel looks like, how to make a more appealing new members appeal. You're going to learn how to strategically do follow-up. Okay. Follow-up is everything. We'll deal with that in the class. You're going to learn the importance of transforming fellowship into retention. It's so much information you're going to learn if you just make the investment in you. It is 80% off for the next, it was 30 people. People have done it tonight. So I don't know how many is left. So when I end this live in 60 seconds, click the bio on my Instagram page at mmorejr. You ought to be following by now, but if you're not, go now. Click the link in my bio. Download it now. You don't have to use a code. We've said it. It's 80% off right now because they're working on the website and everything. So you can get it now. Okay. Or text GROW to 844-474-0706. But I want you to move now. Don't keep talking about how serious you are about growing if you won't take advantage of the tools that God has placed in front of you. You are up right now. Some of you are up at 2:46. Those on the East Coast, you're up at 2:46 in the morning. Why would you waste this time? God let you get to this live so that you can understand that I need to make an investment in me. Growth strategies that work. Go get it now. And you can be using this stuff by Sunday. Okay. Jimmy said, I'm doing church work. I get it. I get it. Make an investment in the church. Okay. Alexis, what's your question? You said, I got a question. Your eyes are getting, we're about to go. I'm going to give you one more. I'm going to give you a chance to get your question in. Everybody's about to go. Go ahead, Alexis, ask away. While she's typing her question, everybody needs to go download it now. Growth strategies that work. Okay. Well, she said her eyes were getting heavy. Maybe they got heavy real fast. So I'm going to let you all go. I'll be live again maybe tomorrow. Pray for me. I'm in Oklahoma. Preaching in the morning and then going right to the airport to fly back to Atlanta so that can be in place. Sunday at FCC, telling you now, don't miss it. 9 a.m. at FCC South, 12 p.m. at FCC Atlanta, 4 p.m. at FCC Marietta. All three services are going to be crazy. I'll give this to you. I think I'm preaching Sunday, released from the residue. Hallelujah. I think I'm preaching Sunday, released from the residue. It's going to be a good time. All right. Love you guys. Got to go. Make a decision to invest in you. My losses should be your lessons. I've put everything we're using to multiply this church in a post-pandemic world where people said folks not coming back. Okay. Come on, Mike. People said sanctified churches can't grow. People said Pentecostal churches in Atlanta can't thrive. That's what people told me. But yet and still, when God gives a strategy, his strategy works. I want you to go get those strategies. Go get them now. M. Moore Jr. on Instagram. Click the link in my bio. Download it now. Or if you don't see the link, inbox me. You got 30 seconds. Inbox me. I'll send you the link. Download it now. Love you guys.